Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus Velasquez.
I'm Jordan Zacharias.
And today we are back with another episode of our Thanksgiving, potluck of turkey, Friendsgiving, being thankful for, whatever.
Yeah, stuff.
Episode. So, today we figured that there's a lot to be thankful for this year.
There really is.
And a lot to be thankful for things in general. And Thanksgiving is a season to be thankful for. So, we wanted to focus today's episode on just the things that are near and dear to our life, and that's movies and video games.
That's
and
right.
So there's a lot of other things we are thankful for, and we'll get to that later. But for this episode, we're just going to focus on those two main components because, we are movie aficionados, and we love movies, and we always have, and we like playing video games with friends, and so
Heck yeah.
So not just this year, I guess in a general sense. Or this year, whatever, either one, it doesn't matter. What are you thankful for, game-wise?
Game-wise. Okay, game and movie-wise, this year I can say I've been playing a lot of TurboGrafx games. I am really grateful for games like Splatterhouse, because that's like a true horror game, which is kind of cool.
So for our younger audience out there, because once again,
What's a
we
TurboGrafx?
are dating ourselves. What is a TurboGrafx? No, is it a TurboGrafx 16?
TurboGrafx 16.
Okay.
It's not technically 16-bit, but they do a little math to make it 16-bit, but it's really like a really good 8-bit system. No, but it's basically it's a system that's developed by NEC, and Hudson Soft though did every game for the system, which is kind of cool. Shout out Tsunami.
There's a cat.
So yeah, there's a cat.
They're playing the TurboGrafx over there.
Thankful for Tsunami too. But the cool thing about, or the interesting thing about TurboGrafx is that Hudson Soft did all the games, so all of them are very bright, vibrant, great color scheme, stuff like that. There's New Adventure Island. There's Blazing Lasers. There's a ton of good shoot 'em up games. It's a system known for the shoot 'em ups. It's for all the shooters and shooting games.
Not first person though, like
not first person flying.
shooting.
Yeah, it's either going to be vertical or horizontal shooters. Magical Chase is one of the most rare games. Video games ever. That's a game that when you see it's for the TurboGrafx 16, when it goes on eBay, the last one I saw sold for about $8,000.
Wait, what was this?
It's called Magical Chase, and again, it's a vertical shooter, but it's like this kind of cutesy shooter basically for TurboGrafx. Anyway, I haven't even gotten into the CD system. There's a whole CD system with it. But just to say this year, I've been very grateful for TurboGrafx because I grew up on the NES. I grew up with the Super Nintendo. I grew up with the Sega Genesis. But this was a system I got my hands on for the first time just a couple years ago. And, I've been collecting games for it. And the games are more rare because this system and the games just got squashed by SNES and Sega Genesis. So it was coming out as the competitor against the Genesis, but then SNES came out and just squashed it. So there's only 90 games for North America for the TurboGrafx, around 90. And it's cool because I think I got like 60 of them.
Nice.
So it's like, it's pretty cool, but some of them are really rare, hard to find. But anyway, I'm grateful for that system. If you do pick it up, try out games like Ninja Spirit, Blazing Lasers, even horrible games like Darkwing Duck and Tailspin are still fun. So it's got some semi-licensed games, other ones not really, so they're kind of a lot of titles nobody's heard of, or they're ported from arcade games. Like Bloody Wolf was a popular arcade game, so there's a Bloody Wolf on it that's actually really fun. It's like a Contra type game. Anyway, if you get a chance to check out the TurboGrafx or get your hands on the TurboGrafx Mini that they just released, which has all the built-in games on it, just like in the NES Classic Edition
it's a
or whatever.
remake, right? The Mini. It's not like so
it's like the Classic Edition for the NES or whatever, has built-in games to it. But check out the games for it, though, because Hudson Soft is always one of my favorite developers for the NES, and they always have great music. They did Adventure Island and a lot of those games. So they're a great company, and they have a great history and stuff, but check out the TurboGrafx this year if you can get your hands on, again, the kind of Classic Edition, where it has the built-in games. Or if you pay about $120 for the console, and then there's some cheaper games for it, $10, $20
Like the original
games.
console is $120?
Minimum. Yeah, it's kind of going up there. As soon as the Mini came out, the prices all went up. But anyway, I'm really grateful for the TurboGrafx and a lot of its library this year, for sure.
This year, I like a lot of games. I always used to be a big fan of Madden until the stupid Chargers moved to Los Angeles, so I don't really play. I'll still play it, but one of the games that we can talk about any games, but one of the games I'm really thankful for this year specifically, I don't think you've ever heard of it, but it's such a fun, silly game, and it's called Fallout Guys. I think it's called Fallout Guys. It's a game I think it's on PlayStation. Actually, I don't know if it's on PlayStation or well, it is on PlayStation for sure because that's where I play it. But it's kind of like but I don't know if it's like on Xbox or Nintendo Switch or whatever. But it's a super silly game. You're kind of like it's very cartoonish. It's a kid friendly game, and it's almost like you look like minions or whatever.
Okay.
But think of like just like a standard NPC. Like there's you're not a minions, but that's what they look like. They're round and they have little hands and legs.
Right.
And you go through these obstacle courses. Think of like kind of like American Ninja Warrior / Wipeout. And you have to go and you have to make it to the finish line. And it starts with like 60 characters, and you get eliminated each round.
How have I never played this with you?
You've never played it?
Oh, no. You haven't showed it this game to me. I want to see this now.
I'll have to show it to you next time.
Right.
But it's super fun. It's very just like kiddish, but it's like
addictive.
It's addictive because there's nothing like the four rounds. It probably takes maybe like 15 minutes to play the whole rounds.
Yeah.
And then you're done. Then you can play again or whatever.
Okay.
But that's it. There's nothing else. There's no gore. There's nothing. It's totally like my kids play it. I play it.
That's great when you find a game that's addictive like that.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. So that's one of the games that like and it was free. It was on like the PlayStation Plus. Like
nice.
So like PlayStation Plus has like how Xbox Gold has their free games.
Right.
PlayStation Plus has their free games. So that's one game that like it was free. We got it and it was a ton of fun.
Nice.
So yeah. So that's one of the games that I'm thankful for this year specifically.
Okay, we got to play that one.
Okay.
All right. What about what movies have you been thankful for this year? Have we watched anything during? Obviously it's been COVID, so it's been a lot of lockdown still, and here in Southern California, where we still, we're getting out and stuff like that, but it's like it's been a very much at home last couple of years for a lot of us. So, did you see any movies this year that kind of spoke to you? That whether it's like seasonal or it was Halloween like horror movies or it was a comedy or something?
I mean, one of the movies that just pops out to my head is Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude.
Looking back, reviewing it, kind of thinking
Did that
about.
come out this year?
It came out in March.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was March, wasn't it?
Because we were gonna go to Vegas, which was open at the time, to go watch it. And but yeah, the reason I love that movie was because it was Godzilla vs. Kong. We went and saw it in IMAX.
Oh yeah.
It was like the movie that I think hopefully reignited and kind of boosted the movie theater back from like the lockdowns, because people were like, oh, no one's going to go out. People are so afraid or whatever. Dude, that movie made like over $100 million plus the HBO Max streaming.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, like it's back. And so even with like the limited seating, like it was always sold out, which I was like, great. But I mean, thinking of the movie itself, the movie wasn't amazing or like it wasn't like the best movie, but it was the best movie. So it was like, it was
super fun.
Like, the reason I could say that is the actors, like the human actors in that movie, and I think we mentioned this before, was like the human actors in that movie were not the best.
Right.
But
for sure.
Godzilla and Kong were at their best. So that's what I loved about that movie. And because I took my son. It's the first time I took him to see, like, even though he's 7, I told my wife, and I was like, yeah, I'm taking him to watch, because he loves Godzilla as well.
You're like, all right, it's PG-13.
PG-13.
But think about it this way: I watched rated R gory movies when I was like 4 years old.
That's right. So just bear with me. But he was, oh man, the light in his eyes, and I'll never forget when he was super excited through all the fight scenes, and then like when Godzilla beat up King Kong, and we're Team Godzilla, like I said. When Godzilla beat up King Kong, he's like, I kind of feel bad for King Kong, and then he's like,
don't worry about my boy, he comes back.
Yeah. And Jordan's a total Kong guy.
Yeah, dude.
But I was like, he's like,
I love
man, wouldn't it be cool if they teamed up? And then when Mega Godzilla came out, he's like,
dude.
and then when they teamed up, I had seen it before. I took my son, and so when they teamed up, Godzilla and Kong, he's like, and I was like, it was like a great moment. So yeah, so that was one of the movies I was super thankful for.
Yeah.
What about you?
You know which one I was really thankful for this year, especially, was a little movie that we saw in the theater back in January. Do you remember a little movie called Freaky? Or was that technically last year?
That was last year.
Was that already last year?
Dude, that was like actually a year ago. Like
to this day, pretty much. Wasn't it? Oh, that's right.
So it was November, because we went the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So, but I'll still count it.
We'll count it. It's within the year.
Within the year.
Thank you. No, but for me that one was really special because it was when Jesus and Chris and I got to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
and after just being stuck, here since March that year of last year. And it was cool because we just happened upon driving by a theater, right? And we were just like, oh, it's open. And we went in and no one was there, and they were giving away free movie posters and stuff. It was really cool.
Oh, dude.
And then were we pretty much by ourselves? Was it two other people in there or something?
I felt so uncomfortable. It was us, and then like this like teenage girl and her mom or some older lady, and like this like 5-year-old kid. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
whatever. So. But they were like, it was just really cool. It was, I think it was called like the Aztec Theater in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool because they were like in a private room. So it was cool because like if you do bring like a little kid,
it was like
or
a cry
baby,
room basically. Yeah.
It was like a cry room. So I'm just imagining that they were in there and the kid was on the phone while they were watching this scary movie, because I really hope he wasn't watching this scary movie, because it was awesome. But there was some gore. But
yeah, for sure.
But sorry, go ahead. But freaky.
No, but for me, it wasn't even as much the movie. It would surprise me because we didn't know what to expect walking into it.
Yeah.
It was a Vince Vaughn movie that was billed as a horror movie, but it was supposed to be kind of a comedy too. And it just turns out that it's basically like Freaky Friday. It's a remake of that, where he swaps bodies with a teenage girl, and he's a serial killer. And so it's a simple story, but it was really well done. He was awesome, and it was really funny. So I'd say for the last year, that Kong vs. Godzilla, of course, in the theater was so fun to go see that one. I'd say those two for me were kind of my main ones for this year that really made me happy,
Those are the movies that I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not a big, like, okay, I like movies and streaming, but I'm not a big fan of stream releases or on demand. So, like, if a movie's released at the theaters, I love a movie released at theaters because...
Well, you want that experience.
Yeah, I want that experience, and I am very, like, nervous that, movie theaters aren't going to survive because people just want to stream.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not like that. Like, I will... Even if it's free at home, I'm gonna go to the movie theaters and watch it. So but yeah, so that's the. There was many movies this year. Like Free Guy was really good. Malignant was crazy, but I like that one.
Heard about that one.
Mortal Kombat was
haven't seen
crazy, but it was awesome.
Nice.
And there's like a lot of movies I took the kids to go watch. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's, like I said, there's a ton of movies this year that came out. But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong was the one that sticks out the most. Going back to games this year, I mean, Zombies was a big thing. Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Actually, I'm gonna combine it too. So like going back with movies, Zombies. Playing Zombies. Outbreak was huge. So
yeah.
Call of Duty. It was Call of Duty, right? That's what it's right now. They go back to Modern Warfare or Call of Duty or whatever it is, but it was Call of Duty, and they have like zombies, and we always done zombies since like Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, whatever, and then like making the staff and then doing the
origins,
and then doing the theater mode, and all that stuff, and we love it because we like to get together and have fun, but it was kind of like it was getting a little stagnant, and then this year.
The new mode is really fun because they made it almost like a Fortnite meets zombies a little bit, where you have open worlds, big open maps, you drop in, and stuff gets nuts, even though it's wide open at times. It gives you a false sense of security, and then it gets really crazy. But yeah, that's been really fun.
And it's been really fun, and just like the patches and the ideas of what they're the games that they come up with or the updates, like it's really fun. So that's a game I'm thankful for.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, you got any other movies or games right now on your mind?
Well, unless you have anything else to wrap it up, I am very thankful for, to combine the games and movies, the time that I spend with Jordan and our other buddies, Danza and Dutz or Dave. We get online once a week, if not twice a week, on Xbox Live, and we'll play Zombies Friday the 13th. That's a game I'm thankful for.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is great,
which is pretty crazy and pretty gory, but campy in a fun way. And just whatever games we play, but I'm thankful for the movies we've watched, this past year.
Death Wish 3.
So
many good ones.
The Blob.
The Blob was great.
Halloween 4.
Yeah.
Death Wish 1. Death Wish 2. Death Wish 3. Death Wish 4. Death Wish 5. So there's what else?
Dude, we watched The Faculty.
The Faculty was a great one.
Dude, Rad was amazing.
What
else? What was the other one we watched? There was an older one. It was a classic, dude, that caught us by surprise.
Which one? Was it a scary movie or was it a regular movie?
No, it was just a random movie. There was that weird something in the Bronx, Escape from the Bronx,
or
whatever you guys
is
watched.
An amazing Italian crazy movie.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
There's so many funny, weird ones we've watched.
Oh, we watched a ton of Judge Dredd.
Yeah, we just watched Judge Dredd. Yeah.
H2O, Halloween.
Yep.
The Resurrection.
Yeah, with Busta.
Oh gosh, I'm just firing off the top of my head. We watched a ton of movies, but I love those times because it's great to watch a movie and kind of make one of my other friends, Rob, called me yesterday while we were watching Judge Dredd. He's like, "Who are you watching Judge Dredd?" I was like, "Oh, Jordan, Danza, and Dutz." And he's like, "Well, how do you guys watch it?" I was like, "Well, we just go on Prime and then we sync it up." And then I was like, "Oh, so how do you guys just watch it? Do you talk?" I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of like Mystery Science Theater a little bit."
Yeah.
And so
always inappropriate, always fun.
And so it's really fun. And Wreck, we saw Wreck. That was
Wreck was good.
There's so many more, and maybe we might just do an episode on that.
We'll revisit some of these maybe.
Like all the movies that we saw with the guys. But that's just something I'm thankful for. There's definitely a ton more games that we're thankful for and stuff like that. But that's just some things off the top of our head for this year specifically. So,
that's right.
You got anything else?
I'm grateful for you, Jesus.
I'm grateful for my podcast buddy, Jordan.
That's right.
Who's going to be replaced by...
Nosy son of
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.